That is the sound of the jar of names. We should pick out a name. We've got 2 new names in there this week. Right, so this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Horia. Right then, so let's begin the podcast. This is a cup of tea and a podcast. This is the cup of tea. It's going to be very hot though. Ouch, yep. And this is the podcast. Right then, so if you want to head down to the comment section, it might be there, it might not be there just yet though. You can head to the skip list and you can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's question, and this week's goals. But we're going to start off with the update. Okay then, so if you've been over to Cup of Adventure recently, you will see that face vlogs, it's a new thing I'm doing. I'm showing my face in videos now. I will be doing one for this channel soon, but it's more of like a community update type thing, so it'll be there and it'll be gone later in life. But that'll be happening soon. I mean, it is happening now. My face is on some videos. Mostly going to be on Cup of Adventure stuff. It's not going to happen on JD262, so don't worry too much about that. I won't be doing face cams because I don't think that's a great idea. Never really enjoyed them anyway. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm showing my face and I'm doing vlogs. That is quite big. Yeah, that's the thing that's happening now then. And I'm now done with college. All college work is done, so I can focus mostly on this stuff. I am behind at the moment though, because, it's for a good reason, I've been working on Cup of Adventure stuff. Like I had to edit the Maraca video, I had to edit the E3 video, and I had to edit the This Is Me video, and I had to edit the vlog. And that was like 4 days gone then working on that stuff. So that's where I've been for then, getting all that sorted. But that means now that I'm caught up with Cup of Adventure. Sorry, hiccups there. I've caught up with Cup of Adventure, which is great. Now it just means I have to catch up with this channel, which won't take long at all because most of the video stuff is already edited. Once I've done this podcast, I can literally just upload everything that I've got, and then I just need to... I do have to edit the videos after the next podcast, whatever you want to call them. So that might be a problem, but we'll get onto that later in the goals with my reasons for trying to get back on track. But yeah, that's that, and that's come full circle. We started with Cup of Adventure stuff, and then that's why I'm late, because I've been doing that Cup of Adventure stuff. Alright then, so let's go on to this week's videos then. What have we got coming up? Okay, so we've got the podcast right now. That's what you're listening to. Hello there. Then after this, we'll have 2 Dark Chronicle videos. One's called This Is My Design. The other one is called Wascally Wabbits. This is my design based on a Hannibal quote about designing things and making things. And then the Wascally Rabbits is obviously something related to the Looney Tunes, where the hunter is chasing the wabbits. And then we're going to have the first episode of a Fable 2 adventure. Remember, I have to call it a Fable 2 adventure because that's the copyright law. They let me do this sort of stuff, but I can't just call it Fable 2. I have to call it either Let's Play Fable 2, or give it a cool name, which I think for Fable 2 Adventure is pretty good. Yeah, and this one's called A Hero's Best Friend. And remember, this first title will have a link to the last title of the Let's Play, but we'll get onto that later on when we get to the end of that Let's Play, which I think it might be quite a long one. Then we'll have 2 Dark Chronicle videos. One's called Broadside, the other one's called Sages and Sages. Broadside because we face off against the ship. What sort of ship? You'll have to wait and see and find out. And the Sages and Sages one is called because there's sages in it, and it's based on something that the people say. They kept saying sages. Okay, and then we have a episode of the new Let's Play of Fable 2 called Little Tommy. We get to see who Little Tommy is. I bet you can't guess who it's going to be. That was sarcasm. And then we're going to have 2 Dark Chronicle videos after that. One's called Best.Chapter.Ever! Exclamation mark. Yeah, it's the best chapter ever for what I can see and tell. And then the other one is called Look at the Map, because the map is just fantastic. I'm really loving this new area. And then we'll also have a pointing episode for Dark Chronicle called Balance Valley, because we go into Balance Valley and do some pointing. I can't remember what exactly we do. Possibly pictures, can't quite remember. And hints for the videos. In the last podcast, I said the hints for the Maraca video, they're hidden in the Orange Layer Cake video. I think some of them were written down, others were the actual magnets that I sort of put that were orange, but no one unfortunately got that. And there is no hint this week because the next video is already up. It's E3. That's because we're behind and I'm caught up with Cup of Adventure, but that's what it was. It was E3. Okay then, so what's next? It is time for the Community Watch, the new name for the community segment, the community section. It's called the Community Watch because I think that is great. Community Watch, I love it. Anyway, let's just get away from that. Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos, only on J262 account though, not on the Cup of Adventure stuff just yet. And these are the people that we have commented, so we're going to go through them now. We have Dragonlord 55511. Max Ravage, Captain RH, Bernard Termier, Horia, Overlord Master, Ferdinand Reskol, Nick Pro, Eli Gannon, Trinity Gamer, Poppy von That Horst, and Game Over. So thank you very much for commenting on last videos. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Have you checked out the Couple Adventure stuff yet? Tell me what you think of that sort of stuff, because I really would like to know. Right, now we're going to go on to the Q&A. So Dragon Order 55511 says, your guess is correct, JD. The answer is eggs. I got it right. Well done. Me? Oh dear, I'm praising myself. Please stop me. And he says, the real reason for the question is because I'm dealing with homesickness. I've been in college for the last 3 months and I am waiting for a new apartment. I was wondering if you have any advice how to counteract homesickness and stress. I feel like I may have already answered this question, but I will more than gladly answer it again because I really do want to help you out here. I think the best thing to do is just keep busy, keep doing things, and it takes your sort of mind off it. For me personally, I'm always busy, so that's probably why it never really affects me. But I think when I go to uni later on in the year or so, I'm going to be taking most of the stuff I do at home there with me, so the only difference is going to be the surroundings. It's still going to be the same stuff that I do. But I think keeping busy is the best sort of way to cope with this. As for stress, make lists. It gets out of your head and onto paper. So if you're like got a busy thing coming, like a project, write down everything you need to do. So you've got it visually, so you can get it out of your head, and then you can just see what you need to do. And I think that's the best thing to do. Just to try and remember, stay calm. Just put it all down on paper and then carry on from there. But the homesickness, I think, just take home with you. Keep busy, do the things you would have done at home, and then it sort of takes your mind off it. And what is it to say? Home is not a place. Not a place. It's not made up of rocks and stuff. It's something like that. There's a saying. There is a saying. And then we have another question from Overlord Master who says, not sure if someone has already asked, but have you got any fidget spinners? And if so, how many? Right. I've answered this in my second vlog, which it's not going to be out yet. No, it's not out yet. I'm not a big fan of them. I think they're a waste of money. But that's probably because my friend had one before they were a thing, and I was like, you paid £30 for that, and I was just like, I didn't appreciate it. I didn't. Ever since that, I've just been put them off them for life, and yeah. So no, I don't have any, I'm afraid, Overlord Master, but like I said, you can see evidence of this in my second vlog, which will be out on Monday. Okay, what's next? Subscribers. Okay, so last time we did a podcast, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, we were at 1,343. This week we've gone up 16 names to 1,359. That is a massive increase. So maybe that might go down soon because that was a bug. Never know. I always say that hasn't gone down yet, so maybe we're all right. But this week we welcome to the community Separate Piece, Rendering Machine, Shane Duchette, Time of 7 Games, Siphon Greenwood, Jakey Pie, and Simru Assassin. So welcome to the community, everybody. If you've got any fidget spinners, please let me know. I promise I won't judge you for having them. Right, what's next then? Subscribers team for the question. Last week's question was what about the reveal? Like a year-long hunt for a reveal. I have an answer to this at the moment for myself, but I'll get onto that later. But this week you have 2 responses. Horia says, I think there is no point in a reveal. I am not the person who cares about teasers or promises of great reveals. I am a patient man, and what will happen will happen. You might come up with a reveal, but I will most likely completely forget about it until the reveal comes and just be confusing. And there was another one as well, but I haven't written it down, so let me just quickly find it. It's easy to find because it's labelled as Q2. Right, it was Bernard Termier says, I'm feeling hyped for the reveal already. JD doesn't know what it will be, but there will be something that is a true surprise. I don't have any tips on what it could be, and if I had, I wouldn't say. I would want it to be a true surprise. Indeed. Right, so it turned out I'm not doing a reveal. It's more of like a treasure hunt. If you want to see what it is, check out my first vlog. It's at the start there. I talk about it for about 2 minutes, explaining what it is. But basically, it's going to be things hidden in the next 53 vlogs that I do, because it's going to be every week, so that's the whole year. There's going to be some things hidden in there. If you can find them and piece together the clues, and then tell me, then you will win. Like my little Tommy statue. It's not something great and big, but it's a little something that I would be up for getting because I like little stuff like that. And I figured maybe you might think the same. If not, then you don't have to do it. It's perfectly fine. It's just there if you want to have some fun. But it's in the first vlog if you want to see what it was all about. But that's that. But thank you for your input anyway, guys. I think I did take it into account because I didn't do a reveal. Okay then, after that is this week's question. This week's question is going to be starting the revamp stuff. I need to figure out a name for it, like the something revamp. That doesn't really help. yeah, it's going to be a revamp. We're going to try and revamp all this sort of stuff and make it all better, starting from somewhere. But basically, the question this week is, what are your video interests? Like, when you look at when you go on YouTube, what is it you watch? Because that's what I want to try and figure out, like what people sort of gravitate to. Like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer like videos about games? Do you prefer videos about I suppose maybe a type of game. I suppose you're obviously here for games because you're on my channel. But what sort of games do you gravitate to? Yeah, that's a better one. What great games do you gravitate to? Like, go towards? Which ones do you try to watch? Do you like go for like dark games, real games, like light, funny, comical, sci-fi, horror, that sort of thing? And do you like videos where they're like cut up very quickly, so it's a shorter video but you see only the highlights? Or do you prefer long drawn out things, like where it's like the full experience rather than just little bits? So yeah, let me know which one you think. And if you actually watch any other YouTubers that do the same sort of things I do, let me know who they are, and then I can sort of see how they do things and maybe take some inspirations from that and base my content on them. I'm going to do me, but I like to sort of see how other people do it, and if there's like, oh, they do the same thing as me, I'll probably keep doing that, but I won't do this because no one seems to be doing that sort of thing. It's not really working. That's what I'm asking. Very long question there. I hope you got it. If not, I apologise. I tried my hardest. And this week's theme goes to two individuals. Let me try and find it. Oh, I need to bring it up on my computer actually because it's a long one. Yeah, it's a theme, not a comment this week, because it's a group of people. Well, technically three, because I'm involved as well. Bernard Tamir basically saying that in Dark Chronicle, yes, right, that's what it's called. When you go through the time gates and go to the future, he's saying that does the future time pass at the same time as the present time? Because obviously the cook that we spoke to remembered that we went there once and then we came back. So how does he remember that we were there? And obviously, how does that work? How does the whole time pass in the present and the future? Like, how do it pass at the same time? Does the future time get paused when I leave it, or whatever happens? Horia says that time in the game only flows when the plot requires it to, and then he was saying that it's basically the logic is at the deep dark pile of something somewhere that no one really cares about. But my theory is that maybe the time in the future only passes when the time gate is open, and I'm thinking maybe the time gate is only open when it's in close proximity to the Atmilia Stone, which is a time travel device. So, say for example, if I'm in the England area, no, that's too big. Say if I'm in London, the capital city of London, there's a time gate there that only activates when I'm close to it. Say when I'm in London, and that's when time in the future passes. Like, it bleeds through from the present through the time gate into the future, and it passes. So, say 5 minutes passes in present time and it passes 5 minutes in the future. But if I leave London, time will still pass in the present as normal, but because the gate is not open, the time is not seeping through into the future, so the time in the future doesn't pass. I don't know if I explained that quite properly, but I think that sounds quite promising. It's never going to be explained properly in the game, but that's my theory. That's how I'm going to say it passes, and that's my 2 cents. There we go. It was closely followed by Horia this week, who was telling me about the tapirs. I said about the whole Dream Eater situation from the actual Dark Chronicle boss, and I said that, it's very similar to Drowsy in terms of how it looks. It looks like a tapir. And I was saying that, is there a mythological creature in the Asian culture where these games come from that eats dreams or has that sort of thing that looks like a Drowsy or this Dream Eater, whatever it was called. And he's saying that it's based off a tapir, which I was like, how, what? Tapirs don't eat dreams, though? And apparently it's like a rumour that they have, well, not rumour, a myth that they have dream-eating powers. So that was nice that he told me that. So that's why I nearly got this week's comment, but it didn't. First one was the other one, because I thought it was a good debate, and I liked it. I liked the discussion that was going on, trying to figure out how time works in a game. Anyway, now we're going to go into goals. Last week's goal was to plan quarter 2, plan quarter 3, which is now all planned. I know what I'm doing. I just need to start writing it up. That'll probably be something else later on soon. And to get the next Let's Play video up. I have done that. I have done the next Let's Play video. That was out on time. So yeah, it was a win, even though we're kind of behind, so I don't know if it really counts, but it was a win. I would say it's a win. And this week's goal is I want to get the next podcast, which is also late, up on Sunday. And then hopefully get the proper one out that's supposed to be out on this Monday coming up, out on the Tuesday, so that way we'll be caught up. And like I said, this is the only thing I need to sort of focus on at the moment, so that's probably going to happen, but we'll soon see. And that is about it. Okay then, so if you can tell me what film last week, sorry, first, that was it. The film last week was what's it called? Planet of the Apes was the title, and Bernard Termere and Captain RH both got it right, so thank you very much. Well done, you got it correct. Someone said Inception. No, that was that was a Couple Adventure video. Never mind. Anyway, I would finish my cup of tea, but I haven't even started it. There we go, that'll do. Oh, that's quite a nice cup of tea, actually. Right, but until the next time we meet, I will say farewell. Hopefully we'll be caught up soon. Vlogs aside, go and check them out if you want. Let me know what you think. I love to get feedback. I want to try and grow these into something decent, so I need your help to do that. But yeah, that's it. So until the next time we meet, farewell, and I will leave you now with what film? You're playing with the big boys. You're playing with the big boys. You're playing with the big boys now. I didn't mean for that to be so musical.